Welcome back. It is 12:43. A Chicago area artist is getting her work featured through a holiday card and calendar series by a group called Mouth and Foot Painting Artists. It's an association for professional artists with disabilities, and her name is Mariam Pare, and she is joining me now to share her artwork and tell us her story. Good afternoon, Mariam. Nice to see you.
Hi, Sylvia. Nice to see you.
Okay, tell me about this special painting that you've created. It's part going to be on the cards, part's going to be on a calendar, and how all this came about.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm actually really honored to have my artwork selected this year for the Mouth and Foot Painting Artists campaign. They're creating a holiday card and a photo of one of my paintings in their calendar this year. And the MFPA has so many incredibly talented artists who compete every year to have their artwork selected. So as you can imagine, I am thrilled to have my artwork shared in this way.
Well, this is beautiful. So this is the Three Kings. Is this going to be in the calendar or is that a card?
This is a card that's offered this year, and this painting is particularly special because it represents a motif I painted when I was a student member years ago, and it represents the three wise men, or the magi, who brought gifts to the babe in the manger.
Beautiful.
I also have another more recent artwork called City Shadows that will be shared in the MFPA's 2022 calendar for the month of September.
Oh, look at that. There it is right there. Tell me about this. What is your thought process as you create these beautiful works of art?
Well, this particular painting was inspired by my interest in finding detail and depth in the shadows. And I love color, and I love interesting details that really you have to look for deeply when you look at a painting. So
Oh, I love
hopefully
that.
people who see this in the calendar can see how I truly love painting and I love what I do.
Well, this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So tell me, how did you learn to paint and how long have you been painting?
Well, I paint by mouth, Sylvia, which I didn't always paint by mouth. I was an artist long before I had a disability. In fact, when I was in college, I was pursuing a degree in fine art. However, at the age of 20 years old, I sustained a spinal cord injury and I was paralyzed from the chest down. So as you can imagine, after becoming a quadriplegic, I could no longer effectively paint with my hands. And so I retaught myself to paint by holding the brushes in my mouth. And it was a few years after that that I was introduced to a group called the MFPA, and that stands for the Mouth and Foot Painting Artists. And I became a student member, and it was through their initial scholarships that I really began to truly develop myself into the artist and mouth painter I am today.
And your works are incredible as we are showing you painting now, but I wanted, since you've had that experience of being able to use your hands before and now you can't anymore and you use your mouth, is the process of painting, is it all about the eye? What have you learned from having to paint differently?
Painting by mouth is quite different than painting by hand. In some ways, I had to learn many tricks that able-bodied artists maybe don't have to do because I am limited by the reach of my mouth. But here I am so many years after I've had the ability to see my artwork before being disabled, and now after I'm disabled and having painting for so many years, I think that I paint the same as I would have painted if I would have painted by hand. Because
Wow.
I truly believe that the art comes from somewhere within, and it's not so much that the limb that you create it with.
Just incredible. So what are some of the works that you are proudest of? I know we have some that we can show as well, but anything in particular that maybe stands out, maybe the first time you did it, or what would you say?
Well, I'm always partial to working with the MFPA, and I create a variety of Christmas motifs for them for their calendars and Christmas cards and such. But in my personal painting series, I love to create art that touches on motifs based in the disability experience. And my aim is really to make art that is not only beautiful, but also simultaneously affirms disability identity and awareness.
Mhm. Yeah, as we look at this, tell me about what some of the pictures we're going to go through now. Tell me what we're looking
Oh,
at.
sure. Yes, this I do portraiture. So this was a portrait for Craig H. Nielsen, who was a great leader in the spinal cord injury world, and that painting hangs in the University of Utah Rehabilitation Center. And I love to do portraits because I have a long interest in people and things that are meaningful. So I really enjoy painting portraits of people who inspire me or perhaps are icons in the disability community or heroes like Frida Kahlo,
Mm.
Georgia O'Keeffe, Chuck Close. Um, I find so much with it interesting to paint portraits. The face is a lot of fun to
Wow.
challenging to paint.
Unbelievable. I mean, these are absolutely beautiful. The detail is incredible. What do you want people to know about the organization that is now featuring your work and about professionals with disabilities and what you guys can do?
Certainly. The MFPA is really a unique organization. We are 800 disabled artists from all over the world who all paint by mouth or foot due to disability. But the MFPA is not a charity. Artists like myself make a living by having our paintings reproduced on greeting cards and calendars and other products that are offered for sale to the public through our website and mailings we send out each October. Um,
In
yeah, the
fact,
MFPA is not a charity.
well, in fact, that's what I wanted to ask you. You have some beautiful work, and it sounds like there's more to be found and to seen. Where can people go to take a look at some of these, make some purchases, and enjoy the art?
Sure. I would love it if I can encourage people to go to our website at www.mfpausa to see the beautiful work by Mouth and Foot Painting Artists of America, because by supporting the MFPA this holiday season, you can help mouth and foot painting artists like myself provide ourselves a source of financial stability by doing the thing that we love most, and that is through the artwork we create.
Well, yours is a beautiful story and so inspirational. Keep up the good work. We also have your website up there, which is mariampare.com, if people would like to go and see some of your other works. Thanks for joining me. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Sylvia. It
And
was fun.
congratulations, too.
Thanks.